when does the seller know how you're financing? If I'm an FHA candidate, I've qualified for, and I'm coming in, I'm making an offer. Does the seller know how I'm financing this, and when do they know? Would they know that I have an FHA loan?
Yeah, immediately, because if you look at the sales contract, I'm not sure exactly what paragraph, but it's usually the third or fourth.
It's disclosed in the contract.
Right. So the buyer, when they receive the offer, it says FHA, conventional, USDA, or other.
Right.
Yeah.
But it never says that I've got homeowners assistance. Is that ever disclosed?
Some realtors do, some don't. Yeah. So it all depends on what realtor and how they want to approach the transaction.
And a seller can use that, hypothetically speaking. A seller can say, hey, I have an offer that's FHA. I choose not to. I decline on that because I have a cash offer.
Well, not only that, realtors know that when you have an FHA contract, then an FHA appraisal must be done. So remember we talked about the advantages of an FHA is for buyers that have had credit issues or just they're a little bit gray on their total finances. So FHA says, hey, we'll help you. But FHA is much stronger on the appraisal. And why are they? Because if you got a buyer, an FHA buyer, they don't have a lot of cash. So if they buy a home, they don't want that buyer to buy a home and have to have immediately a lot of repairs. Right. Because number one, they don't have enough cash going into the transaction or have very low. Now they got a furnace going bad or this, that, or the other. So FHA does an appraisal and they do a pretty large inspection. It's not a huge inspection, and I still encourage people to get a home inspection, but those repairs have to be fixed. Yeah. And then you got a seller saying, God, I got to accept an FHA contract. I know there's some issues with my house. I know it's going to get red flagged. I know I'm going to have to deal with this. Why not just go with the cash offer or go with that conventional offer? Why? Because conventional is all about the buyer and less about the property. So conventional appraisals don't ding as much as an FHA.
And I meant to ask that. Thank you. I was going to ask what the difference was.
Right.
And so from the seller's perspective, they're saying, well, man, I got problems that I'm not quite sure if it's going to pass. So this deal might not go through.
For that reason. But think of this too. You have a seller that has to buy another place, and to get from their current house to the other place, they want to make the path of least resistance. So, or they could lose the house that they're trying to buy. Yeah. So if they have a cash borrower or a conventional borrower in FHA, which one are they going to take? They're probably, and even though they're close on the price, maybe the FHA is even slightly higher, they may want to take the other ones because they don't want to have any issues trying to get to their house and the timelines that they have set on the contract for that. So they might just go with the conventional or cash, and unfortunately the FHA buyers.
At the back of the list.
You got it.
That's exactly
what you're up against on a lot of FHA buyers.
That's exactly what's going on. So, no, that's good stuff.